All right, welcome back to another episode of Unleashed and Uncensored. I'm here today with my guest, Dr. Savannah Mahoney. Yes,
nailed it.
From Flow Animal Chiropractic, serving the Ottawa Valley area. So welcome. Thanks for coming today.
Oh, thrilled to be here.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So I have a couple questions for you. First of all, why don't you introduce yourself? Give us a bit of your background and kind of what led you to where you are today.
Okay. Well, yeah, with the doctor before I was okay, please just say Savannah, unless you're going to be a dick. And then, starting out strong there, right?
Then you're going to put it on me.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm an animal chiropractor. I come by it pretty naturally. My dad's a human chiropractor. Okay. My mom's a animal chiropractor, a vet turned animal.
It's in the family.
Yeah. So I just kicking and screaming didn't want to do it for years.
Yeah.
I spent enough time writing notes for my mom in cold barns with like the pen freezing and getting the question, are you going to do what your mom does? And no, absolutely not. And then it was traveling around after my undergrad for a few years, being surrounded by people who needed chiropractors. I know you get chiropractic yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So just...
I sure do.
Yeah, exactly. And then people would be like complaining about pains and stuff, and I didn't have the skills to help them. And that was really annoying. So really just out of spite, I decided to go to chiropractic school to be like, if no one's around to do it, I can do it.
Full circle.
100%.
Yeah.
And I was fully planning on staying with humans, actually. So I was doing that in New Zealand.
Okay.
And then...
you were in New Zealand. How long were you in New Zealand for?
So 4 years for the chiropractic degree.
Okay.
And then
So you did your schooling in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the only real place to do it in Canada is Toronto. And I'd been traveling around for a couple of years. I had no intention of going to Toronto.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. And New Zealand kind of seemed like summer camp. Like it just seemed really sweet.
Would be amazing.
Yeah. So I went there actually. It was the first year of COVID that I went there. So that was its home.
So maybe not as amazing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was complete lockdown.
Yeah.
A young family and their 1-year-old baby. That was an experience, but I got through it.
Yeah.
But then had the opportunity once I graduated, I was working with humans. And then my family friends came down to New Zealand as a trip, really. But we're putting on the course. And just to not close doors, I took it. Yeah. And at that time, I was living on a Clydesdale farm, actually. So it's sweet. Like, here's all my subjects.
Yeah.
So did that and just fell in love with animal chiropractic. Like, it's just amazing.
So walk me through that. Yeah. So it's like an undergrad. And how does it start? You had your undergrad already? And
had my undergrad already.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been many years. Biology.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. So biology, you go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
How long is the schooling there?
4 years.
And that's to become a chiro.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then is there a specialty piece for the animals?
Yeah. So in Canada, you have to have either your chiropractic degree or your vet degree.
Okay.
And then additional education in animal chiropractic. So that brings the two together.
Okay. So you can go right from a vet to having that. Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. And my course actually is about half and half, maybe a bit more chiro heavy focus. Mm-hmm. And they're teaching us really, and this is the first thing I say with my animal clients is like, I'm not a vet. Like they say, this is a weird thing. I'm like, you're right. It looks weird. Yeah. Go to your vet.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, I'm bones and nervous system. That's me.
Yep.
So they have to learn the more manual skills and we have to learn more what to look out for.
Okay.
And then you bring it together. Yeah. Okay. So either way, it's 5 years.
Awesome. Okay. So how long were you in New Zealand total then? Did you just stay 5
years? Yeah. So
awesome.
4 years schooling. And then that 5th year I was doing the course and then working with humans.
And then the goal was always to come back?
Yeah. It was kind of a question mark when, but I really wanted to actually start a family and not rob my parents of grandkids.
Fair one, yeah.
Yeah.
What was life like in New Zealand? Like, obviously, it was tough during the first few years, but what about last couple?
Just beautiful. Yeah. Like, if you scroll back through, it's just the access to nature is something I miss. Like, here we have that wild nature, which is also something I missed in New Zealand. Like, in New Zealand, you can't have an open flame because it's dangerous. You can have forest fires. It's a pretty small country.
Okay.
So here you have more like, and you're not scared of bears there. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Here, the access to nature and the people there were really, really nice. Bit of more of a dry humor, if you know Aussies as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was a weird thing too. Like I'd expect them to act like Canadians because we're so similar. And then they'd say a line and be like, oh, that's kind of mean. That's not Canadian.
Randomly enough, I'm going to Australia in November for a working dog conference as well. Yeah. Going down there for a few days. So I've only been there once and it was when I was like 21. So I'm excited to go back, but I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. I've heard nothing but amazing things, nice people. Yeah. So, and the Aussies and the Kiwis have a thing. So
just like we have the Americans, the whole small man syndrome.
Yeah. It doesn't, both beautiful. That's the way it is. Yeah. Okay. So you come back, and how did you, at what point did you first find, and me? Like this was very random.
I find you.
Yeah. Creeper. Go.
Yeah. Oh, I love that this is full circle because I found you through a podcast. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I was still in New Zealand planning to come back, and I'd actually planned on coming back about 3 months before I bought the tickets.
Okay.
So in that time, I'd just become an animal chiropractor, and to prove it to myself, because Mom's this really amazing animal chiropractor here in the Valley, Dr. Allison Seeley, people who know of the area. Yeah. 100% shout out. Yeah, we'll put that in the notes and we'll plop off because everyone loves her. But I wanted to prove it to myself that I could do it. So I set myself this challenge, 100 animals in 3 months, which is, blew past it.
Yeah.
Horses and dogs and sheep, actually.
Random.
But in that time, the life of an animal chiro is a lot of time driving.
Yeah.
Driving to stables and stuff.
I'm noticing that.
Yeah, you've seen that last post where I spent over 25 hours in a car in a month.
Actually fucking insane. Yeah. How much you drive. Yeah. You're going to need your own chiro from just sitting.
100%. Yeah. And we talk about that. Like when people ask me if their animals need chiropractic, I go, well, here's my list of stressors. This is why I need a chiropractor. And I'd like ask people to do that for themselves as well.
Yep.
So I was there listening to a lot of podcasts, and actually what brought me to yours was I'd had, I think, fairly early on in my career, got bit by a dog.
Okay.
And I've grown up around dogs, Mom being a vet. I've seen dogs all my life, had dogs. But we grew up in this big area where just dogs were running free. And I like training dogs is not really a thing in my head. You're just no, dogs are cool and you have good vibes. They'll be good vibes.
Yeah.
100%. And then this dog just lunged at me. It was my most viral Instagram video, actually, because I then went to my car and went, so I just got bit by a dog. And here's the things I think I did wrong. I'm going to look back. And I came back from that going like, I need to learn a lot.
Was this while you were adjusting the dog? Or?
Yeah. First visit.
What kind of dog?
Mutt, like super mutt. Yeah. In pain. And like, this is the biggest thing was I hadn't taught the owner how to handle their dog. Like that was dumb because 99 out of 100 dogs, honestly, I get this question a lot. Like they love it and almost immediately. And
this is how we learn too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So
that was a positive punishment applied to you. Yeah. The dog added a punishment in order to reduce you touching it.
And that's how I view life now. Like just the whole reinforcement.
Absolutely.
But, so it's like, okay, let's listen to podcasts about this. So I started looking up dog training on podcasts. You know what I mean? And you came up.
Wow. From Origin, with Origin Canine.
With Origin Canine. Yeah. So I think maybe you were the third one I listened to. And then I was like, oh, sweet. Like Canada, from my hometown-ish, right? Like where you were anyways, because I grew up in Beachburg, which I was desperate to leave, by the way. So it was wild to come back. So heard that. And I think I reached out to you because I've just learned like I get a lot of what I want in life. I just like
attacking.
Attacking.
Absolutely.
Like,
it's true.
Forward progression.
It's absolutely true.
So I reached out to you and went, hey, I'm planning on coming back around this time. Do you have any, like, one, love the podcast, love what you're doing. It sounds really cool what you're doing with the training there. And where should I set up? And you'd recommended Carleton Place, Beckwith area, Carleton Place. And
because we talked about the landscape.
I said I needed lakes. I needed cool people. I think that was kind of it.
I think it was actually. If I go back and look at our messages, and that's what it was. And at first, when I had some random girl contacting me from New Zealand, she's like moving back here. I'm like, is this fake? Is it spam? So I kind of like did like a dive on your profile. Like, this is a real person, right? Like, okay.
Well, actually, I'm sure we'll get to it because it was that exact approach that got me Koa as well.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I have a dog right down there. But that's how I got him, was listening to another person's podcast and reaching out to them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so you make your move back to Canada, and where'd you finally settle? I approached the whole thing like dating. I was like, if I'm gonna move a place, I don't want to move again. Like before New Zealand, I was living in China, I was living in Nova Scotia, I was just all over the map. So I was coming back to set roots. So I wanted to make the right choice first. So I just started adventuring around different towns, and I started a run in Carleton Place, and I just counted like 40 dogs on my one run. And I went, okay, this is it. So that's where I started. But truly, like I see dogs now in Kentville, Carleton Place, Kinburn, just kind of everywhere. And then my stables are, if you say
talk about driving. Like, all the way out to like Clarence, Rockland. I go down to Brockville. I go east to Petawawa, west to Petawawa.
And how are you contacted? How are you found by these people? Is it just word of mouth, social media? Or?
Word of mouth is a big one.
Yeah.
It's cool. There's not many of us at all. Probably. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So do a good job and your business will get bigger.
Yeah, for sure.
Facebook, and then in Google, actually, because there's not a lot of us and the animal chiropractors that there are.
Because I don't see you do much active advertising. Everything's...
No, I've had to stop because I've gotten too busy.
Yeah, I know. It's a good problem to have. Yeah. And the same. And it's funny because now when you want to grow, when you talk about growing, and we'll get into that after, but how do you approach that? Because, how much is too much versus... Anyways, because you don't want to have people waiting and have people sitting around, but 100%. At the same time, you want the business. So it's like... Yeah.
And if you think you're going to be the right person for the job, and my issue is like, because your issue is there's a lot of trainers out there. There's not a lot of good ones, but I'm sure you do know some good ones.
Absolutely.
There's barely any chiropractors at all, animal chiropractors. And then the ones that there are booked up. Yeah. So it's, that's been my push, is to get as busy as I can, but try and like systematize everything so I can be out with the animals, because that's what I like doing. Yeah. I hate writing notes. I hate scheduling. So I'm actually onboarding an assistant after our call.
Amazing.
Yeah. Hope that one works out.
Yeah. Good. Ooh, shot. Yeah. No, that's fair. I hear that anyways. No, nice. Okay. So you move back, you find a place, you're looking to plant roots, you meet someone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How's that going?
It's going really well.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so I've heard. Engaged. Congrats on your recent engagement. Absolutely. Okay. So
the ring's getting resized.
So talk to me about Koa. Yeah. How did you come about him? What led you to him specifically, the breed, the dog, where you got him, and kind of life with him?
Yeah. So again, this was in New Zealand, listening to podcasts, and this guy, John Devine, who was ex-Navy SEAL, still living in California, was talking about his experience, and he'd been talking about how he was trying to post every day to just track how his social media improved every day. Yep. And I went, that's a great idea. Yep. So I made a post saying, I'm going to do this. I was all inspired by this guy. He reached out. So we started chatting. And on that call, because he's like, dog chiro, that's so cool. We don't have that here. You should come out to California and adjust all my dogs. Yeah. So I went, cool. That's actually not within my scope. I'm licensed in Canada. Yeah. But we started talking, and then I was saying how when I get back to Canada, I like not even want a dog, need a dog. One, I think for like just... promoting myself. He's the best, best little mascot. Yeah. But just wanted a dog, set down those roots. And in my head, I was like, it'd be great because I'd already had some sketchy experiences in New Zealand where like, I would love a dog that is backup essentially when I go to stables. Yep. And one that I can practice my chiro on and just be a bud. Yep. But I don't have the time to train that dog. Yeah. And as I'm talking, he goes, oh, like, you described this dog. Yeah. And so this dog, Koa, that when in his earlier life, it was Koa. Yeah. But he was, so cool story with him. The producer or executive, something in Yellowstone, that show Yellowstone, he'd commissioned John to train up this dog as a personal protection dog. So he got him as a puppy. Huh. And then as he's growing up, his balls never dropped and his hips were looking a little funky. So he was dropped from the program, but he was still being trained as a personal protection dog. They were going to send him back to the breeder. And then the breeder went, yeah, sweet, we're just going to euthanize him. And so John went, okay, so we're not sending you back. Yeah. So he'd just been living essentially in a kennel, getting a couple hours of training a day with like 20 other dogs. Yeah. And just living there with no real plans. Yeah. So it's kind of a win-win. I love so this dog would have been $65,000 on market.
Oh yeah.
Right?
They're fucking expensive.
So, which really helped justify the ticket to California to pick him up.
To pick a dog?
Yeah. So when I came back to Canada, I had maybe a month or so setting up the business and working for my mom. I did a locum for her, and talk about seeing 100 animals in 3 months. I then saw 100 animals in a week. It was wild.
Jesus.
Yeah. She's busy. Yeah. And talk about...
You just worked with your mom?
She was off to Germany, actually.
Oh, so you kind of took over her.
Wow. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was cool. And everyone's like, we remember you when you were this small.
Yeah, you were running around. Now you got him running around. Yeah. That's awesome.
So when she got back and I was done with that, I flew to California. I did a human chiro seminar, actually, and then picked him up and came back. And then the day we got back, I started the business. So he is been with me every day.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Busy. So what's he like? What's his personality like?
He's really sweet. He's a little goofball. He's no sense of where his feet are. It's really cool. One of my biggest things that I love hearing is like people have seen him the day I got him or early on and just saw how he was limping, how his hips were shrinking in on themselves.
Yeah.
And he's gotten so strong throughout it. Yeah. He's probably the best adjusted dog there is. Like for a while, I was adjusting him every second day or so. And again, cool experiment, right? Yeah. I'm not going to ask my clients to come and see me. Like I don't have the time for that either. Yeah. But like, what does a dog genuinely need? Because a dog with hip dysplasia, which is what he's got going on, is going to need care for life. And I can talk more about why that is. Yeah. But I'd probably be seeing them like every second week.
Yeah.
And he's at the stage where unless he's an idiot, which is a lot of the time actually like just jumping off like
German Shepherd bite. Yeah.
100%. Like he doesn't need much chiro anymore because he's just aligned and holding it well.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. And
I mean,
so much
fun. And I see all your social side about him swimming. He swims a lot too. So, I mean, obviously a massive benefit, I think, for humans, let alone animals, taking that weight off, because just a few pounds on dogs' hips can make a big difference as they get later in life for their mobility. So I can imagine the hip dysplasia piece, what that would do to strengthen all the muscles in that area too. Right? So important. So I love seeing him in the water, and man, he is a water dog for sure. Gosh, he basically a lab in his previous life. So, little web feet.
No. And it's good that I have and also I started training with you, obviously. Which that took some heckling because Josh is a very busy person. So after very much, it's, hey dude, I really want you to train my dog.
Well, we talked about the whole attacking what you want, and you stuck with it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm pretty good at it.
Because yes, it is silly and insane, and it's a good thing, but it's also something that needs to be addressed. So it's like two-stage, right? From a business perspective, and how to address that specifically through growth or through management, through systems, through all sorts of things. But yeah, it's one of my biggest struggles, I'll be honest with you, especially with a brain that functions at like X percentage on a good day.
Yeah. But truly, I think there are people, like there's just zones of genius for every person. And the faster you can figure out not even what you're not good at, because like just like dog training and just like it's all skill development, you can probably get good at anything. Yep. But not wanting to, just don't do it. So sport that stuff. That's what I've been trying to do.
Agreed. And that's tough, right? Making that commitment to fixing the things or working on the things that, you're not good at or, you need to do. Because there's a lot of needs in life we need to do, but we don't.
Do, right? Yeah. The whole should.
Yeah. I want to eat pizza every day. I don't want to I don't want to go to the gym, but here we are, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So your business is doing great. I love seeing it. So talk to me about some of the animals you're adjusting and what kind of differences you're seeing in them. Yeah. Specifically, I know horses are probably your biggest clients because you can probably go to a stable and see, X amount of horses in an hour or so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that look like?
So, and that's where, and again, I think I'm just going to keep doing these podcasts and trying to plug what an awesome job this is because right now I'm at capacity. When I hire on an assistant, I'll be able to offload some of the stuff and be able to see a few more animals. But again,
she's hiring.
Yeah. But like truly what I was talking about, the steps to becoming an animal chiro, it's just such a mission that, and then you want the good people, right? Yeah. So that's down the tracks. And I want to make sure my systems are tight before we get someone
bringing together a team too. I know you had looked at that, which is more difficult for sure, just because the education required to do this, right?
Yeah.
So
and then leading a team is a whole skill development.
And then there's that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But to talk about how awesome this job is, like the lifestyle's epic because yes, it's sitting a lot, and I make sure like I get really quite antsy when I'm sitting, and I'm not I'm not being paid for it. I'd rather not be sitting. Yeah. But I get to listen to podcasts and books while I drive around the beautiful countryside. Yeah. And then I get to hop out and talk to like awesome people because I know there's a lot of vets who are burnt out because they're dealing with people who are going like, well, I shouldn't have to pay this. Like, of course. Yeah. And all that drama, but everyone has to kind of have a vet. You don't have to have an animal chiro. Like, I think you should. Yeah. I think if we talk about reducing vet bills, I think it's the economical choice to do. But you're going to be a certain kind of person to seek me out. Yeah. And I see a lot of people, like I work on a high volume basis because I adjust their spine, their body does better. Like it's a nervous system issue.
Absolutely.
So I can see a lot of animals. It doesn't take that long to adjust a dog. It takes a bit longer to adjust a Clydesdale. But again, we're talking like 30 minutes. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I'll just see those animals where I was going with that. So yeah, hop out of the car, see a bunch of animals. And what a way to stay present as well. I'm sure you get this with dog training as well, right?
It is. Yeah.
If your mind is somewhere else, the horse will freaking tell you.
Yeah.
So you just, like, you make sure you're good.
It's so true.
Yeah.
They center you. They really do. And you have to, for safety, for understanding, for your client, right? Like, you know, if you're not really in control of the situation, then, you know, then you're putting your business at risk in that moment, right? Because, you know, whether it be a dog getting away from you, running away, or biting, or reacting, whatever, it's a challenge for sure. Yeah. So when you're adjusting the animals, let's talk the dogs specifically. What is it? Mostly hip dysplasia. What else do you see and adjust for?
Yeah. So, and that's something I'll push back a bit, even though it's probably not the right answer, which is like, what are like some signs you want to look at for something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you're someone who gets chiropractic.
Yes.
I'm someone who gets chiropractic.
Yeah.
I've got a chiropractor father, right? So I was adjusted since I was 30 minutes old.
Yeah.
I was perfect.
Yeah.
I was perfect actually until we got in a car crash and we rear-ended.
Yeah.
It was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Until it like rear-ended and I was 1 year old, and then I've had a C1 thing ever since.
Fun.
But you'll get this, and humans get it's wild. Like, I'll see a lot of animals whose owners don't get adjusted, which is wild to me. Like, you don't know what chiropractic does for you.
Yeah.
And then the people who, anyways.
Yeah.
You just feel better, right? Because if your brain and your body are connected, you feel better. If your nervous system's functioning well, you feel better.
Well, this is the piece that I think that I didn't really notice until the last, 4 or 5 years, the whole nervous system connection too, versus just the pain connection. So the two different, right? And a lot of people, I think I've always heard, you know, oh, chiro, oh yeah, you go, but you kind of have to always keep going. So you always go to the gym.
Yeah.
You always go get fucking blood tests. Like, stop whining. Put in.
The gym thing is a great example, right? Because people didn't always go to the gym, right? They started going to the gym once we started like being in factories and sitting and doing stuff that's not human.
Yep.
That's us. So yes, I'm always going to go to a chiropractor because I spend hours a day sitting.
Yep.
I have stressful interactions with people, right? Which is also going to mess up your nervous system.
Yeah.
That's why actually, and this is why I honestly went so hardcore into adjusting animals. I still adjust humans, just the humans of my animals.
Oh, nice.
It lets me screen for good people.
Yeah. You can just do it right when you're there.
Yeah.
With your clients, like stable stuff.
Exactly.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Oh, and if you talk about, if you're always riding a horse and your pelvis is asymmetrical, you're going to throw out your horse, right?
Yeah.
So it's better. It's cheaper to get you self-adjusted than your horse.
That's fair.
Yeah. And that's why animals heal up so much faster, because dogs are dogs, right? Like, they're closer to wolves and they're still doing the thing. That being said, if you have like a fat lab, like those animals are going to need to be adjusted.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen enough of those fucking. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny. Let's talk about the fatness for a sec, just because I think it goes to the nervous system, goes to everything else is yes, I know you love your dog. Yes. We all love our fucking dogs. Okay. You don't love your dog more than we do because you give them more treats. They don't need a fucking snuffle mat 3 times a day.
No,
they don't. Like, this such bullshit. Our dogs also need to learn how to do nothing sometimes. They don't need to be constantly stimulated, because guess what? When they're not getting that stimulation, they're going to get into shit. They're going to do things because they don't know how to regulate their own nervous system. They don't know how to calm down. And, you know, to the fat lab piece, I used to skirt around the weight of dogs when I first started. Yeah, I think he's a bit like, we could, you know, we'll hold up. I kind of like indirectly. Now it's a lot different. Yeah. Now I think, especially since the brand is cemented and I, you know, I'm not, if I have a bad interaction with Karen, right, it's not my business isn't going to get blown up. Like, I don't care about the bad Google review from me being a direct asshole. Because, you know, I care about the dog. So me being direct, fair and fairly, not you're a bad parent because
you're a bad person.
Because exactly. I mean, people are seeking out training in the first place, which is already putting them ahead of a lot of the people. But you know, understanding that you can't treat the dog like this because it's going to lead to a lot of issues. Blowing out fucking legs, you know, hips, decreased mobility. It has so many digestion issues, right? The extra weight, everything. And yeah, now I'm a lot more like, hey, your dog's fat.
Yeah.
So we're going to use carrots for, little things like that. And
on my intake form, or not my intake, but like mine soap note every time, there's the body weight scale, right? And it's funny, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like 5 is ideal, right?
Yeah.
And I had a patient the other day, or a client, animal patient, person client, be like, so what do I have to get to the, it was up to 9, but she's like, get to the 10, because like I'm still at the 5 every time. Like, no, you're doing good.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to include a picture and just like, be like, this is ideal.
Don't go here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just like, if we talk hip dysplasia, right? To bring it back for a second, right? If this is femur, this is hip.
Yep.
There we go. Femur, hip.
Yep.
Right. Ideally, we're sitting in that socket and you've got musculature all around to stabilize that.
Yep.
If you've got a hip dysplastic dog, like this isn't firmly in that cup. So 1, if you have more weight pushing down, it's going to be even more loosey-goosey and bad. So 1, lose the weight. But then 2, I'm going to forget the stat here, but it's like 80% of a joint is not the joint itself. It's the musculature around it.
Makes sense.
So if that musculature is strong by swimming, you're going to like be able to pull back the long-term effects of hip dysplasia. But then really key is if that muscle is not able to be activated, which is a nervous system issue, you're also going to have issues. So we need to have that brain connecting to the muscle itself to be activated to keep that dog going strong. So that's where hip dysplasia in dogs and chiropractic comes in.
That makes sense.
Because I'm not putting the femur back in. Some people think that, like I'm just like rearranging. Like, no, there's nothing to put in. That's the issue.
Any other recommendations besides swimming in terms of like, would stairs, hills be a way of, or is that too much pressure, you think, or just forcing the dog to use their back end a little more, like to really create, build the muscle around that back end? Because just throwing the ball, like, I'm sorry, like Sky, my female German Shepherd, if I were to throw the ball for any longer than 30 seconds, like she is going to be limping. So like, because she goes 1000%, she doesn't know, like as she gets closer, I slow down. That's stupid. I could pick it up on the run, throw my hip out on the go. Yeah. So now usually it's just, I throw something up in the air. Like I don't even, and I force her to either she can jump or she doesn't lets it come back to her. But is there any other things like that you would recommend for that? I mean, swimming is obviously the best one, but for those people that
if we're going to talk about what the best one is, it's going to be chiropractic.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah. I've adjusted Sky. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's going to, and we can apply this to every animal too, right? It's just eat well, move well, and live well. So the whole live well, it's making sure their brains are right. That's your job.
Yep.
And just giving them the right nutrition, right? Because we can talk about like shit food, good food. And that's something that I think if you have nutritionists on, that'd be great to listen to. Yeah. I am going to support that info too.
I agree. Yeah. I am going to bring, that'll be someone I definitely talk to, especially like a raw food expert, not just like a lobbyist, but like someone who can explain why and how, and then
cue the comments that are going to come to. It's going to blow up.
I cannot wait because I like, we feed our dogs such shit food. Like, shut the fuck up. And what I mean by that is like there are a lot of high quality kibbles out there, and these dogs are living long fucking health lives. Like I had 2 huskies who lived till they were almost 13, like fucking perfect, a picture of health until the very last week of their life. Right. And I fed them high quality kibble the whole way through. Sure. Had I fed them, raw through like a properly balanced diet through with raw. Yeah, sure. Less shedding, less poop, maybe little things like that. But would I have necessarily gotten any more of their life? I mean, I don't know. I'm not here to say yes or no, but there's a reason why life expectancies in dogs are what they are. We have the stats, right? Yeah. And mine were at the extent of that, especially being bigger dogs. So, like bigger breed dogs, not fat dogs. I'm big on that. Like I'll constantly watch my shepherds be like, no, a little half cup short or, or half, or adds, fuck always, man. Like it's not, you need this. Like, no, fuck that. I will remove that from their day to day if I feel it's adding too much too quick.
One thing I've seen a lot of the times is that rapid weight gain with dogs that have been spayed. Have you seen that?
Yes. Yeah.
And people don't clue in that.
Cut the testosterone in males, like, you know what I mean? So like that,
exactly.
There's their fat burning tool gone.
It's going to go all off. So and just that education, that's where it's nice. You're like, it's not on you, it's okay. But now you get to save money and feed less food.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Okay. So So I am definitely, we've talked about this, on the building side of the team and, kind of what we want to do together. Cause I really think we work well together. I love working with you and Koa, as we continue we're kind of just starting that journey. Right. And I'd love to have you out more to work with our clients as well. And I think our clients would greatly benefit from that. Kind of getting your sense on where their dogs are at too. I'd love to have you out some events. We're going to be doing a For the Love of Dogs Ottawa event here pretty soon. I'll tee it up with your schedule because I know I have to book you 3 months in advance. Yeah. I thought I was bad. I thought I was fucking bad. Yeah. You're definitely worse. Which is a good problem. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, having you out, what kind of things can people look for? When, should my dog have chiro? Should I look for an adjustment? What should push me to come see Savannah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very simple answer is if you want optimal health, you want nervous system regulation, you want chiro. Okay. So there's going to be the big things that bring people in, but truly once I have an animal under care, they typically don't leave me, which is sounds like a big me up thing.
Go figure that out.
Yeah. Which that could sound like you're on the hook. The cool thing is animals need a lot less care if they're doing the right things, right? Yes. So I'd love, because my schedule's busy and I want to see more animals, I love pushing them out farther and farther and farther.
Yeah.
It's going to be the dogs that are coming to me when they're 12 years old. They've been in 2 car accidents and they've got hip dysplasia, right? Those dogs are probably going to be on it every few weeks for the rest of their short life. But the big things that you should just be checking is, and this is where vets love me too, because you don't have an answer, but limping, right? Actually here, I'm going to double click on ACL tears or that tear in the knees, right? Because the stats on that are wild. You blow one knee, the other knee is going to go. It's 90%,
it's
right?
Insane.
Yeah. Now, this isn't a study yet. I want to make it a study. It's interesting with animal chiropractic. Our studies come from human chiropractic because people aren't studying animals. Yeah. The animal studies come after, which is weird. Yeah. But I'll just go off my mom's experience. She's been an animal chiro for 30 years. Yeah. She doesn't see the second knee blow if they're under care. So the theory behind that, right, is if you have a knee that's wonky, that stress is going to go up to the pelvis and then it's going to go to the other side and there's going to be all that stress on that other side and eventually that's going to blow as well.
Same with humans.
Exactly.
Exact same.
Yeah. Compensation. My horse people get this all the time because the back leg goes and then something's happening in the front leg. And the body's all connected and
it compensates.
Yeah. But if we can get to the root cause of the problem, which is that knee's gone, we're going to let that area scar up, but make sure the pelvis is actually functioning properly so that doesn't keep spreading to the rest of the body. We're going to stay away from surgery. You're going to save money. Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's one. So just, limping, but honestly,
don't even let it get that far.
Don't let it get that far, but I love to see animals before they're showing any signs. Yeah. And that's going to be the cheapest thing you can do. It's one intake, sweet, and we get a baseline. Yeah. And then you can know when things progressively change. Yeah. But stresses cause issues in the spine, and then issues in the spine then progress to the brain not being able to communicate with the rest of the body. And then essentially you're operating blind in some kind of area. You step wrong, there goes a knee, right? So that's where I know it's not the right answer. I'll probably make up on Instagram and be like, these are the signs. Yeah. Except the sign is you've got to...
Good, do that actually. I want that. And co-author me on that.
Done. Yeah. Okay. But if you've got a brain and a spine, go to a chiropractor. Yeah. And that is the coolest thing. So when I talk about working with humans...
the fourth wall tap.
I know.
It's nice. Yeah.
Yes, come on. Do it. But this job has it's gotten other people under chiropractic care, which I love because they'll see their animal heal and they'll go I want that for myself.
Same for training, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But humans do need more care than animals, right? We have way more stresses in our life. If we were just the people I see who need the least chiro are yoga practitioners. The animals I see that need the least chiro are cats. They do yoga. They're not stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid cats. Yeah.
And it's great because they don't love it. So I love not having to see.
Because they fucking just sleep 24 hours a day. Yeah.
They're not stressed and they're moving their body. Those are the things. Those are the things that you need.
No, that's fair. I love that. Thank you so much. I will look for that co-author of that thing because I think that's a great idea. I'd love to look into that. and share that with our community, as well as I'd love to put something on, like our website where we can have our community, kind of set up a time once a month or once every 2 weeks with you, that, you can put aside an hour to see, 10 of our clients or something like that.
Yeah.
If
you start knowing your schedule well, then I can just
you see this judging I deal with.
Well, then I can show up to train it. We can train Koa, and then I can just adjust all the dogs.
True, yeah. And even if I'm not there, though, it gives you the opportunity for you not to travel all over. You can have, say, 10 people come right to you and get the dog's care. Because I know there are some specific dogs in our program right now that could very well benefit from this. I mean, let's be honest, most, if not all, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, it gets creepy too, because we'll do that pack walk, right? And I'll be beside people and be like, "Do you know your dog is not moving well?" And
they hate hips.
And they go, "What?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go, "What's your dog's name?" I go, "Koa, short for chiropractic office assistant." And
nice.
Go, "Oh, I know, right?" Yeah. And they go, "You're a chiropractor?" 100%. Well, when we're going back to how his name was Koa, and I'm like, well, COA, if we switch it, that's what that is. I also love course of action from your past.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, first, thanks you so much for coming on today and sharing this information with us. I'm looking forward to this coming out, and people, because I think this is great. People need, just like anything, nutrition, whole body approach, right? Mm-hmm. It's not just osteopath. Like, yes, great. So not just addressing one specific issue, but looking at the whole problem. And I think this is another great way to do it. So thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Hell yeah!
Awesome. Okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah, up top.